Welcome to the show. What's your question or comment?
Hi, I'm calling about my car loan. I purchased a brand new car, 2 years ago, and I admit it was an impulse buy. But I'm trying to figure out, my monthly payment is just way too high, and I'm just completely under.
Okay.
Is there any are there any options for me to lower my monthly payment? I know as far as refinancing, my credit's not that great.
Right.
What do you suggest?
Yeah. Who's the car loan through? Is it through like GMAC or Ford Credit or a finance company, bank, credit union?
Capital One, actually.
Capital One. Capital One's one of the. They can be a little more difficult to work with. Have you tried talking to them about refinancing the car loan or extending the terms or modifying the payments at all?
I haven't, to be honest. I was a little scared to do that because my credit's not good, and I have had a couple payments that were late.
Okay. So are you current with the loan now?
No.
Okay.
No, my loan, this month's payment is late.
Okay. So you're just the current payment behind, right?
Right.
Okay. Most lenders don't. I mean, they don't start. Most of the time, they don't start doing a repossession until the car payment's about 3 months before they'll end up starting the repossession. One of the mistakes that people make is not wanting to talk to the lender. And really, all you have to need to do is call them up and talk to them and say, "Here's the situation. Is there anything you can do for me?" There's nothing they can do bad to you unless you miss the payments. And if you're going to miss them, you're going to miss them. If you're shy about it, hesitant to talk to them, you can call an agency like ours, and one of our credit counselors can call them for you. And we would just call them. What we do is we simply call lenders up and say, "This is Michael. I'm calling with Family Credit Management. I've got a client come to us. She wants to get her bills under control. She wants to keep her car. She wants to be able to make payments on it. But the current payments are just becoming really difficult for her. Is there anything we can do?" And they either say yes or no. Some lenders are real good to work with, and some lenders are a little bit more difficult.
Okay.
But going to another party to get a car loan is probably not going to be a realistic option. Used car loans, are difficult to get. Once you have the car loan, usually it's pretty difficult to refinance, especially like you said, if your credit's not as good. And in this environment, it's even more difficult. So that's probably isn't something that would work for you. So your best bet is to go ahead and try to work with the current one. Or another thing you can do is see if you can restructure any of your other debts, unsecured debts, credit cards, collection agencies, any of those payments may be able to be reduced enough to make the car payment manageable. That's something a credit counselor can kind of sit down with you over the phone or at our office and help out with.
Okay.
Okay.
I appreciate that. That's really helpful. Yeah, because I just don't feel like I have any kind of power calling them. It's not the point where I can say, well, please either work with me or I'll just turn the car in.
Right.
And, even, is that an option if I just feel I can't make it anymore? How do you do that? Can you just go back and say, here,
Yeah.
take the car back?
And actually, if you know that the car is going to be repossessed, your best bet is to do what's called a voluntary repossession. So, and then what I would say, it doesn't hurt to try to do a modification with them. Try on your own. Try with an agency like ours or another. The state of Illinois has all licensed credit counseling agencies on their website, and try talking to them. If not, a voluntary repossession is better than an involuntary repossession. The reason is you don't have to pay the repossession fees, because even with a repossession, you turn the car in, either voluntary or involuntary, if it's involuntary, and they come out and they actually look for it and they report, there's going to be repossession charges that are going to be added to the amount they're going to come after you for. What happens with the repossession, they take the car, they auction it off, then they figure, we auctioned the car for 10, you owed 14, we're coming after you for 4. If they have to do repossession, then they're going to add on all the repossession charges. That could be another $500, $800, $1,000 they're going to add on. And on your credit report, it will show voluntary repossession, which looks a little bit better than an involuntary one.
Okay. Can I ask one last question?
Sure.
Does your company, do they charge any kind of fee, or how does it work? With regard to the consultation, the credit consultation?
Yeah, what we do is, and I'll just put the information up here so people can take a look if you want to call. We have credit counselors available till 10 o'clock tonight. What we do is we don't charge anything. We'll sit down with you. We'll figure it up. We'll see all your debts, all your creditors, who you have, who will work with us, what the payments, we think we could work out. If you want us to try to contact your car lender, and car lenders are case by case. If we're talking about a bank card, Bank of America, Citibank, Capital One, Visa, MasterCard, we know exactly what they'll do for us. They have hardship arrangements, they have traditional arrangements, and we usually have a good idea. With cars, it's very case specific. Depends how long you've had the car, the lender, their mood. So that's a little bit more difficult. So we'll figure all that out, contact them, do everything. There's no charge for any of that. If you want to come on our debt management plan, there's a setup fee. It's usually $25 and a monthly fee based on how much debt you have. It's capped at $30 a month. And those are the only fees we ever have. And we do waive them in hardship situations as well.
And you actually help with the budgeting,
Yeah.
with what my current bills are and debt and expenses and what I'm bringing in and so forth.
Yeah, one of the first things that the counselor do is either on the phone or face-to-face sit down with you, go over your income, go over your expenses, and we'll be able to make recommendations for areas, things that we think, should be cut. And this can be things people don't often want to hear, but often, do you need a cell phone and a home phone? A lot of different things, and we have different, booklets that are available that we provide to people. This is our 100 Small Ways to Save Big. Inside it, we have literally hundreds of ideas on money saving that every single family can do. We may have you contact your car insurance company if you haven't checked the premiums and they seem a little high to us. We may have ideas for saving on groceries or food, cutting out cable TV. I've had people cut out their children's cell phone. I say to them, you don't need to have 5 cell phones in your family. You don't need to have a home and work cell phone. So we'll go through all of those things, and there's no charge for any of that.
Okay. Well, thanks again for all of your help. If you wouldn't mind flashing your phone number one more time?
Absolutely.
And I'll write it down.
Yep. Absolutely. It's 800-994, and that 3328 spells out debt, D-E-B-T. And we're there Monday through Thursday till 10 o'clock at night. We're there Fridays from 8:30 till 7, and then we're there Saturdays from 9 till 3. And it's like I said, you can schedule an appointment to come in. We can do it all over the phone, really, whatever works best for you.
Perfect. Thanks again for your help.
Oh, you're welcome. Good night.
Okay.